Meta tells us that AI-generated northern lights are as good as the real thing.
Were they trying to pass it off as real?
It looked like crap and it annoyed people. Or just not do that at all and instead surface you reasonably believe are real pictures that people took of the aurora. Elon/X drops Unilever from the advertiser boycott lawsuit.
If you don't advertise on my site, I'll sue you. That makes no sense whatsoever.
This is like an old company that
yes
has been doing business for a very long time, and they don't have, and now they're probably worth way more than Twitter.
Just don't put us next to Nazis.
And if we're going to advertise because your site has such a bad reputation, we're going to do it. I'm producer Dave. As my name implies, I'm the producer of all of the shows here on Eplex Media, except for this one. I'm the co-producer of this show. Thank you, Matt, for, doing the video editing part. The worst part of doing any of this is opening the video editor. So my first story comes from The Verge, and Meta tells us that AI-generated northern lights are as good as the real thing. So Friday, October 18th, Meta posted some AI-generated images of the aurora borealis to Threads. They did disclose that it was AI, but and one image shows the aurora over the Golden Gate Bridge. You can see it here. One shows over a kind of disturbing looking city where everything's tilted inward. I don't know what's going on there. Is there a sinkhole somewhere? And then they got another one over a Ferris wheel. This isn't really that big a deal, except that people did like to make fun of it. I have two favorite responses. Here's one of my favorite responses. They're like, oh, just like my trip to the Eiffel Tower. So some users did respond with their own AI generated images. Some of them, again, making fun. Some of them similar, I guess, AI generated images of the aurora borealis. And then some people were highly critical. My favorite response was, oh, look, our feed is full of amazing photographs of people enjoying the northern lights. Let's quickly tell them they can fucking fake it instead. And this is, as far as things that we cover regarding like AI imagery, this is fairly harmless, but that's kind of fucking annoying. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, that sounds pretty annoying. Were they trying to pass it off as real? I mean,
no, it said it was AI. The post says, point of view, you missed the northern lights IRL, so you made your own with Meta AI.
Are they trying to, because a while ago, there was like a big like solar storm that caused northern lights to come way south, although it looked like one of those images was probably supposed to be like Santa Barbara or something, here where the pier is, which is probably way even further south than you could see that one. So maybe that's what they were referencing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And
does it make any sense?
I mean, where I live, there's just too much light. I don't, if I would have been able to see it, it would have been very faint and very, very hard to see. Yeah. So
fair enough.
And like the image of the Golden Gate Bridge, I think that was unrealistic because there's just too much light in that area. But then the one of the city where everything was just like almost as if a black hole was about to suck up the city, like in one of those doomsday movies. I was like, don't share that. You're going to scare people.
Well, I think to be fair, I think that was supposed to be kind of a fisheye lens effect, except for some reason it didn't seem to affect the aurora borealis. So.
we don't know.
But it's AI, so who knows?
Yeah, it looked like crap, and it annoyed people. This is why, like if you're a company like Meta or whatever, and you're a social media company, let other people do stupid things with your AI. Don't do stupid things with your AI and post it yourself. There's going to be plenty of other dumbasses doing dumb things with your AI.
Right, but they want to show off what their AI can do.
Well, in this case, the only one that looked kind of cool was the Ferris wheel one. I thought the Bay Bridge one, or the Golden Gate Bridge one, looked kind of hokey, and the city one looked terrifying.
Yeah.
So
you don't know what city that was either, do you?
No, they probably just put city with aurora borealis.
Fair enough. Surprised they didn't put like random buildings from other city, like multiple cities in the same image. That would have been funny. But AI does stupid stuff. I don't know why they can't like hire some of these people that are making the weird images and just have them do their promotions for their stuff, you know?
Or just not do that at all and instead surface you reasonably believe are real pictures that people took of the aurora and let everybody have like a nice fucking day on Threads looking at pictures of the aurora.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there were plenty of people out there with cameras.
On one of those, if I ever own like somehow end up owning X, let's say, or I mean, Twitter.
I mean, that's
first thing I would
entirely
do is
possible, the way things are
change
going.
it back to Twitter. The price is dropping, the value is dropping. So maybe one day I will be able to afford it.
At some point, he's going to give me $30 to take it over.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he won't pay me.
Okay. Well, if you take it over, you have to promise to enforce Catterday on Saturday. So on Saturdays, you can only post cat pictures, and only cat pictures will rise to the top. Unless they're like Hitler meme cat pictures, those will get blocked. But nice, fun
tell
cat
nice
pictures.
Stories about your cat too.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Any cat related post that's a nice post. Well, on Saturdays, it's the only thing that gets promoted.
It'd be really great is if there was a Twitter like app or whatever that like just basically it was turned off except for the times that anywhere on the planet it's technically Catterday.
Yeah.
So it would be more than 24 hours. I think it'd be closer to 48 hours, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But that would be great.
That would be humorous. Mastodon almost gets there with a lot of people posting cat pictures on Saturday, but it's not enforced, right?
No, but it is. Cats of Mastodon is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got another one. And if you can imagine, this is also about Elon Musk /X. Elon/X drops Unilever from the advertiser boycott lawsuit. So Unilever is a massive household goods and grocery company. I would list the things that they make, but they just make everything. So they make everything. Friday, October 11th, their name was removed from X's lawsuit regarding an ad boycott. X claims they reached an agreement with Unilever to still do business. The lawsuit was filed this summer that targeted the World Federation of Advertisers. The claim is that the World Federation of Advertisers and brands like Unilever conspired to withhold billions of dollars in ad money from X, and this is all incredibly stupid.
Yeah. If you don't advertise on my site, I'll sue you. That makes no sense whatsoever. The reason that that advertising world whatever thing like that exists so that the advertisers can push back, make sure their advertisements aren't being displayed next to Nazis or something, right?
Right. It's like the Better Business Bureau, but for advertisers.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I guess so.
So I'm loath to speculate here, but if I had to guess, I bet their lawyers probably had some kind of interview or discussion with the Unilever advertisers or the Unilever lawyers, and the Unilever lawyers are like, "This is our intent to countersue you."
Yeah.
And
right.
Or this is like an old company that has been doing business for a very long time, and they don't have, and now they're probably worth way more than Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And I think that their lawyers just probably went in there and probably just said, "Y'all don't want this smoke. We are an old company. We were here when you arrived. We're going to be here when you die, and we will bury you in litigation if you do not drop our name from this lawsuit."
Yeah, and they probably also said, it sounded like they were going to advertise again on their site. Yeah. But they're like, just don't put us next to Nazis, I mean, probably use more detailed than that, but you get the idea, right? Don't put our advertisement next to terrible people.
Right. Or it could be that they said, and if we're going to advertise because your site has such a bad reputation, we're going to do it at 1/5 the market rate.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that. And we're never going to know because these things are all private.
Right.
But I have a feeling it wasn't that they just had a good old chummy time when they're in their meeting, when their lawyers met. That's what I'm guessing happened. I'm guessing that the Unilever company just probably went in there and bigfooted the Twitter company because they can. Not only I'm sure they're worth more, but not only that, like just the market, the market cachet of like making all this stuff that some of it, I mean, one of them is like the mayo that I buy when I'm not going to make my own, but I don't want to buy the crappy one. It's like the Hellman's. It's like better, right? Like they make some of the products they make are good and people like those products. And so it's like, you don't really want to piss them off. But this lawsuit, I think stuff like this is going to be like the undoing of Twitter/X, because I think they're eventually going to do one of these and they're going to get countersued and they're going to get clobbered. Yeah. Yep. Because not only are they like suing these companies, they're running around defaming these companies. It's actually, first of all, this lawsuit is probably going to get tossed because there's nobody was harmed here. The harm was
Yeah.
I don't advertise on your website anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't force people to advertise on your website. Like, that's not a thing.
Right. I mean, I'm not even an attorney, and I understand that or I'm not even even slightly a legal expert, but the First Amendment also applies to what you don't say.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I'm wondering, was the lawsuit, were they saying that this group was defaming Twitter, saying that there's like Nazis on there or something? Because that's the only thing I can think of that they would possibly have some standing to sue over.
But
and I'm not even sure that makes sense.
Then the fact that it's true,
yeah,
it's demonstrably true. So the broad strokes of it are that this ad group and big companies conspired to withhold what the hell does that? Did they be like, hey, I'm not working with them anymore? Are you? They're like, fuck no, not if you're not, me neither. Like, oh, well, you guys aren't going to work with them anymore. I guess I'm not either.
Yep.
It's. I don't even think they weren't like, oh, we're going to get this guy to clean up his act. They're like, I'm sorry, an ad for Hellman's mayonnaise was next to what? I'm going to have to get a teenager to explain what that even means before I get angry about it. Right.
And if Twitter wins, does that mean that we can sue to get actual advertising on this podcast?
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't. So every agreement or even just discussion about future action is technically a conspiracy.
Yeah.
We conspired to record this show today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why it's only like illegal or only a problem if you're conspiring to do something illegal.
Right.
Right. Like,
and again, it's not illegal to stop advertising on a website. There's no civil action. Like advertisers pull their stuff from things all the time for sometimes just like, oh, well, we were advertising on Peacock for a while. Let's see what happens if we put our ads on Hulu and see if we get a better result for the ad money we're spending. Right. Nobody ever gets sued for that.
Right.
And so I think I'm just telling you, there's going to be a combination of things. One of these times that Elon pops off and tries to sue somebody, he's going to do something real stupid that is actually legally actionable, either civilly or criminally. And then they're going to file a countersuit, and they're going to take a bunch of money that this company doesn't have, or they're going to piss off a few judges.
Yeah.
And there's only a few like different venues where a company like Twitter X would bring these kinds of cases. I think one of them is in Texas, and I think one of them is in Delaware. And so you piss off judges in those places, and now how are you going to sue anybody ever again? Because those people talk. This is like really frivolous. I don't understand how do you conspire to withhold? Hey, you're not going to do that anymore? Me neither. You're not even conspiring to do anything. You're conspiring to not do something.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're conspiring to not feed your kid or whatever, sure, that's neglect and child abuse. But this is Elon's, I guess it's like not feeding a child, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's dumb. But I want to know what the content of this discussion was, because I don't think that they're just chums now. Right.
Right.
I would love to know. I would love to know what the Unilever lawyers went in and told the Twitter lawyers. Thanks for checking out How the Tech Are You? This is our weekly tech show from Eplex Media. If you'd like to check out our other content, I'm not sure I would recommend that, but if you'd like to, you can go to echoplexmedia.com or watch us live on Twitch 6 nights a week, twitch.tv/echoplexmedia. And you can support this project a variety of ways. Just go to echoplexmedia.com and click the support tab. I recommend buying a hat like mine. Have a great tech and week. There should be some links to other things you should check out at the tips of my fingers.